Hi, everyone. I'm Frank Mallicoat, reporter anchor for KTVU Fox 2 here in the San Francisco Bay Area. My guest is the owner of 3 restaurants in San Francisco, the Tin Cactus, the Toy Soldier, both downtown, and the Blue Light on Union Street. And he's had quite a year. Let's say hi to Johnny Metheny, better known as Johnny Love, an old cow bud of mine. And Johnny, how you doing?
Frank, fantastic. How you doing?
All right. Well, you've had one heck of a year. If you had to sum it up in a paragraph or two, how would you describe being a restaurateur through a pandemic in San Francisco?
I wish I picked a different career.
I bet. I bet.
It has been unique, crazy, nutty. I mean, there's so many adjectives you can use. It has just been something else, a roller coaster, survival. But we're getting through it. So hopefully we're near the end.
Yeah, well, we hope so. I know it just dropped a tear. Tell us, what's the status of your 3 restaurants? And I know you had to close one down. You had a 4th as well, right?
Yeah, one, unfortunately, it was a casualty of the pandemic because there's no outdoor dining capabilities. It's in front of a bus stop, stairs going up there. And it's after 8, 9, 10 months, whatever it was, we just had to give the keys back, unfortunately. The Blue Light's doing well. We're in a great neighborhood. We have great customers come by. We're doing the parklets, which have just been a phenomenal idea by the city, and I hope they stay forever because they're survival mode for all the restaurants, and they're just game changers for people to stay open, and people really enjoy them. I think most of the people I talk to really enjoy having them there.
I would agree. I've been there. They're great.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to be inside. It's kind of nice to be outside, especially on a great day.
There wasn't much outdoor dining in San Francisco before, so this changes San Francisco's restaurant scene, and it makes it way more attractive for our locals, as well as when tourism comes back. So I hope it stays forever.
How about your 2 restaurants downtown? Are they open right now? And if not, what's the status of those?
We opened when 25% dining was allowed in the fall. Then we closed, obviously, when everybody had to in December, January, and now we're in the process of reopening. We delayed it a little bit because downtown is very slow, as you know. That's not a lot of people working in their offices down there, so they're coming back, and we see some foot traffic coming. Some of the other restaurants downtown are starting to get some business. We're going to reopen, and we're going to open up both of them, and we're going to bring some great concepts down there. We're going to bring a great chef, and we're gonna have fun down there. Have a great clientele coming back in.
Well, fun is your middle name. I know that. How about employees? I mean, you had 4 restaurants. You probably had to lay a lot of people off, and are they anxious to come back, or have they moved on to other things?
That's been, for me, the heartbreaking moment of the pandemic, is we had 80 just wonderful employees before the pandemic, and right now I have about 15 working at the Blue Light. I'm going to bring on another about 15 to 19 downtown. So there's quite a few that are still, unfortunately, not coming back to work, but quite a few have left San Francisco, or a couple left the state of California just to go find employment. People went into other industries, but quite a few are eager to come back, and we're going to bring them as many back as possible. I'm going to load up the schedule.
I bet. What's your biggest hurdle right now? You just dropped a tier. You're in the red tier out of the purple, 25% capacity. You're about to open those other 2. I know you're busy, but what's the biggest hurdle right now, as you see, to kind of get back to normal?
The biggest hurdle is getting people to come back in. It's, and the 25%, you can't really survive on 25%. So the biggest hurdle for any restaurant, one, is you've got to work out good deals with your landlords, because paying rent. You've got to just have really good employees that just work hard, because there's not many of them that you're hiring right now, and you've got to have just great concepts too, because you've got to keep, there's so many costs, the food costs and everything else. You got to just keep them in line too. But the hurdles are just massive. There's so many right now, because it sounds exciting, you're 25%, but I mean, you can only do 25% of the business. So there's still a long way to go. We don't have parklets downtown. We do have outdoor dining because that was there before. The parklet just makes Blue Light just a different concept. We're concentrating now. Blue Light change that concept to more dining, because that's going to be the future there, and then outdoor dining. That'll be
Well,
the future.
let's talk about those. Has the city given you any kind of idea? Are they here to stay? Are they going to start charging a fee because it's taking up parking spots? What's the status there?
I'm not exactly sure of the future of it. I've been reading in the news that the mayor, thank you, London Breed, for doing this. Has put in a some sort of order to or a law of some sort to hopefully make them forever. And my vote is keeping them forever. I really do believe it changes San Francisco into more of an outdoor dining friendly. It's going to add so much more for tourists to try to bring them back. And if we can clean up the homeless around them, then it just makes San Francisco just so much more beautiful.
Is it what kept you alive over the last year?
If we didn't have the park in front of Blue Light, I don't know if we'd be there.
Really?
Yeah,
Bottom line.
Bottom line, because we've had 25% indoor dining for what, a month now. We had it for a couple of weeks back in the fall, but 25% indoor dining alone is never going to support a restaurant.
Yeah. What's been the toughest stretch? What was the toughest run? And tell us about that.
The first month, I can think of that closing St. Patty's Day a year ago. It'll be embedded in my mind forever. So, everybody, you loaded up on food and beverages for hopefully a busy St. Patty's Day, which is one of the busiest days of the year for quite a few restaurants around. And all of a sudden you get this order, you had to close and lay off employees. And it was just, gut wrenching. Then back in December when you had to close again, it was just terrible.
Yeah. And it kind of the start and stop, 25% capacity. Things are getting better. Oh, we got to pull back now. Now, nobody for 2 months. I mean, as an owner, that's, you got partners, you got to pay rent, you got employees. I mean, did you sleep at night?
I still can't sleep at night. It was terrible. December and January were rough. It was a rough holiday. It was fun. I was getting sympathy calls from family and friends saying, "Are you gonna be okay?" But it was. I mean, we'll be fine. It's just I felt terrible for the employees. I had to call them all, say we're closed again. I know it's the holidays. You're not gonna have any income. It was rough.
Was there ever a time where you just said, "I'm done"?
No, never. I'm done. I hope I can make it, but no. My passion is the restaurant business. And a couple of my friends that own other restaurants, we'd all laugh like, okay, why is this our passion? Back in December, January. But it's when it's in your blood, you just love it. I love working. I still wait tables. I still, I'm bartending. I love seeing regulars that come by. I love putting out a good quality drink and meal. I enjoy it too much.
Well, I can feel your passion over Zoom here.
Wait till we're in person.
It's all good. San Francisco City Hall's been, I guess you could say, criticized how they handled the pandemic in terms of small businesses, because a lot of them have closed for good, especially restaurants. What would you like to see from City Hall and the mayor in the weeks and months to come to make life a little bit easier for you and restaurants?
Well, they have an extremely tough job. I mean, I don't know how they could have handled this. I mean, it's just such a difficult situation. I wish they didn't close the outdoor dining, of course, because I really believe, and that was a decision they made. I really believe that they felt that was to rein in the spike in COVID back in December. But my belief, and I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I just know a lot of people that would go in outdoors that sent them indoors, and I'm sure indoor gatherings back then too, and that is way more dangerous, and that was spreading COVID, I'm sure, like outdoor dining and restaurants. And we follow all the rules. We have tables separated, we have dividers in between them too, open air. And so that's one thing, please don't shut down outdoor dining again, because that's just going to make, I believe, things worse. And I just please hope there's more communication. If we're going to have to go back, we need a communication so we can plan. But hopefully that doesn't happen. With anything in our power is not to go backwards now.
Yeah, well, let's hope not. With the vaccines rolling out now, that's certainly a plus. And I know you got yours, right? So some of your employees are starting to get vaccinated.
Yes, I'm pushing all of them to get vaccinated. and some have, like I did, and I'm pushing everybody. Everybody get vaccinated. Let's end this.
Has it been a little scary too? Because, you know, I've been down there, you're serving the public, you've got your bandana on and all that kind of thing, but it was kind of a crazy year.
Yes, I agree. I had moments that I was like, am I going to get it? And I wasn't worried about myself, but I didn't want to pass it on to people. And we got tested, and we've had employees always get tested. And we haven't had one case, knock on wood, one employee get it for the whole year. So we've been very careful. So like everybody has been, and we're following all the rules. And you know, the hard part is sometimes once in a while you get employees, or excuse me, customers that come by that are not following the rules. So we have to do a little babysitting. That's the one difficult part.
Yeah, but you're doing it. Do you think the bar scene will ever be the same? Bars, restaurants here in the city. You've been here for 30 plus years now. What do you see in the future? Can San Francisco be bigger and better in terms of restaurants and bars?
I think so. I think when this is over, it's going to take some time. I mean, people aren't going to be elbow to elbow, you know, in live music, dance venues anytime soon, or, you know, I call them party bars. But when they're comfortable and it's allowed by the government, I think people are going to celebrate this is over. I think we have the Roaring 20s all over again.
Yeah, they might need to close down Union Street, I have a feeling.
Let's have some block parties to celebrate.
Yeah, I think we're all ready. Well, that's Johnny Metheny, known as Johnny Love, an old Cal friend. He owns 3 restaurants, including the Blue Light. Johnny, hey, thanks for your thoughts. And I know everyone's rooting for you and getting our restaurants back in gear.
Frank, great talking to you. Look forward to seeing you in person.
All right. Well, you certainly will. I'm Frank Mallicoat. If you'd like more information, you can go to newsnowfox.com. Have a great day, everybody.